Day 29, February 27th. I'm driving the side-by-side. They let me take it from kind of the breakfast room back to the little cabin thing I stayed in to get my gear. It'd be nicer actually to do this trail in this instead of having to walk, but I guess they want you to walk it, so I'll have to deal with that. I'll check in later today. Stopped in at the Southern Cookie Lady's house, and it's just a real sweet lady that's right off the trail, and if you go to her house she will give you a cookie. So I have this cookie right now I'm about to eat, and it's just a really pretty place. When the cabin we stayed at yesterday, this morning they gave us a ride out back to the trail. The cabin area was like 0.7 away. So they gave us a ride out, and the Cookie Lady's, Southern Cookie Lady's house, log cabin, is just a hair off the trail. So we stopped here this morning before we hit the trail, and we also have the Northern Cookie Lady to look forward to, which is exciting. So that's, I think, about 1,500 miles away from here. See this, but this is my strap to tighten up my hip belt. And it is hanging out about, I don't know, 14 inches maybe now. And I originally had put this this kind of fanny pack thing on my strap, and it's great because I can access snacks and different things that I want quick access to. I can put my phone in there when it's raining in a bag. But what has happened is, I think I've lost enough weight. I'm just about out of room to do it anymore. So I might have to get rid of this and actually buy a fanny pack or something, but once again, above the clouds. This place doesn't have the best vantage point, so there's kind of trees everywhere I look, but it's pretty sad when you're walking along and all of a sudden you realize you only have one hiking pole in your hands, and then you look back and the mound you were just taking a video from, you can see on the horizon your stick. Very sad walk back to get it. Hiking along, as you can probably see in this video previous, I left a pole behind and I had to go back, you know, a couple hundred yards or 100 yards, 150 yards maybe to get it. And we were on a Blue Blaze, which is like where you go off trail to go see some views. It's a nice day. Our hike wasn't incredibly long today, so we decided to do it. So 3 of us went up there. Well, then when we got all the way back to where we kind of stashed our packs right along the trail, one of the people in the group realized they left their hiking poles all the way back where we were, like maybe a half mile away. So those 2 went to get the poles, and then I think they're going to take a side trail and try to catch back up to the trail. I am preferring to stay on the AT proper, and so I will meet up with those guys later. But hiking sticks is a hard one. It seems like they're one of the easiest things to lose. Not as much when you're hiking, but if you go to a shelter, not a shelter as much as like if you try to stay someplace, like at a hostel or a hotel, or when you're getting transported and you throw them in the car, they're just real easy to forget. When you start walking with your pack on, it's almost automatic to think you need your stick, so you don't lose them as much or misplace them as much at the shelters, because you just start out hiking right away. But when you're leaving like a hostel, you're usually getting in a car, or at least doing a road walk where you don't use your sticks as much, so it's much easier to forget. What I've been doing is I throw my poles in my bag when I go somewhere. That way they're always going to be with my bag, and so far that's helped me a lot because they are so easy to misplace. So all right, rocking along. Don't have much left in the day, less than 5 miles. So, and it's real nice. T-shirt, shorts, it's probably mid to upper 50s. So quite a good day for hiking. All right, let me zoom in, maybe 2, and I'll show you what my view is from here. And then up there, can you see those towers? That's where I was a little while ago on the other side of those, which is kind of cool. This is a pretty cool spot up here. I don't know if it shows in the camera how cool these mountains are, but it's pretty cool. I don't know that I can record long because I'm trying not to fall, but try to get a few pictures that will include the mountains in the background that are real cool. And I am 0.5 miles away from 300. Here, I'll show you the other side. It's like a pretty valley, and there's towns, and just real cool. The stuff I'm going down right now, but it is some kind of rock cliffy stuff. It's not terribly challenging, but it's pretty steep. I think from trying to record this kind of stuff before, I think it doesn't show, but I'll try to record it. Maybe the speed in which I'm traveling will make people know that, or let people know how steep it is. But like, this is facing straight ahead, and then I'm going up there, if you can see that. But it's cool. It's real pretty. It's fun. I am right at 300 miles. Maybe within a 1/10 or 2 of a mile of 300. I'll have to check my far out app here in a minute, and it'll tell me if I'm at 300, but I think I'm still a hair short of it. And then I think camp is only like 302 or something, 302 miles. So once I hit 300, I maybe only have less than an hour left to get to camp for the night. And it's warmer, so I'm thinking nice to be sleeping outside when it isn't 20 degrees. There's my view, if you can see that. I don't know if you can or not. Then the two people I'm hiking with, I haven't seen them for a while, but I think they're ahead of me now because I've seen some like wet footprints on rock that looked like it was drying, but it didn't look like it'd been there very long. So I think they're ahead of me or somebody else is ahead of me, and we're just not running into that big a number of people right now. You know, it kind of gets spread out over time, and people quit or people take a few days off or all kinds of things. And you know, some days like today is a Friday and it's real nice out, so we did see one guy just out on a day hike. And so you do see that sometimes, but backpackers, I'm not around too many right now. Just maybe 4 or 5 that I just kind of see hit and miss. And some of these big rocks teeter-totter when you step on them. You gotta be a little careful. Just to not trust that it's gonna hold up for you without throwing you forward in some fashion. And this is exposed on a big kind of a edge of a cliff, and so there was a trail you could take, a bad weather bypass. So if it was real bad out and you didn't want to be on this exposed area, you could take the other way. But for me, the weather's not bad. It's awesome. We're in shorts. And so I wouldn't want to miss the neat stuff. All right, I better stop recording this before I